Controlling the door, limit the air, limit the size of the fire. What do I mean by door control? I don't mean that you have to absolutely shut the door no matter what. If for some reason you have to search ahead of the hose line, controlling the door can be one of the best things you do because you're no longer in the flow path. You're no longer between where the fire is and where the fire wants to go. You can buy yourself a lot of time, and the fire is only going to get smaller if it doesn't have air. Let's say you've got a stretch that's going to take a little while, or you don't know where the fire is. It's going to take your crew some time to figure out where it is. If we chock that door open behind us, that air coming in is going to give us a flow path that we can follow in. In many cases, it's not even going to improve visibility because that ventilation-limited fire is going to keep the smoke to the ground. But it becomes a race. What I propose is if you close the door to the point where you can take, in this case, it was a 2-inch hose line straight in without impeding the direct straight advancement of the hose line. If you put a member at that door, whoever's feeding line is also paying attention to limiting how far open that door is. Instead of all the way open, it's halfway open. You're now providing that fire half the amount of oxygen to grow. And then what do we learn? Once you're winning the battle, once water begins to go on that fire, now your ventilation is going to work. Get that thing all the way open, let the bad stuff out. Timing, coordination, nothing new. Here's a side-by-side experiment we did where we had one door we opened up completely to let the hose crew in, and then we shut it, or search crew, or however you want to talk about it. That door's open like 16 inches. Over here, we just chock it all the way open. Just an exercise in how much air gets to that fire. Once it hit 400 degrees in the room, we open up a vertical vent. That became a different test at that point. So we're only going to look at how long does it take to get to 400 degrees at 3 feet, which is not good for your face piece if you're crawling. This is what it looked like. It bought an extra 3 minutes worth of time in the one-story house before you hit 400 degrees at 3 feet. Over here, we had to open the roof because the fire was not going to increase in size and we thought it was going to go out. In this case, the fire was in the back of a 2-story house with a long flow path. That fire didn't increase at all when we controlled the door. And again, it's a temporary action. Once you gain the upper hand, you want to get as much vent as you can, get that heat out, lift that smoke, do your searches, do everything that needs to be done.